G'day, g'day, g'day. Keith here. Squiggle on the line. And I figure that this is the last normal one. We won't be doing any predictions for the final round of the normal season because too many silly buggers happen in that round. Trying to get first round draft picks, and you know the story. There's just stuff. So, I thought here's our recap. We're using squiggle.com.au, which for any given game, you've got all these different betting companies and university math faculties, all with their own computer models, predicting the outcomes of all of the games, competing with each other. And they have their own little ladder. We're going to show more with their ladder. And they've got a couple of ways for their rating. If you're just doing tipping competitions, total number of tips. We have been picking the top three. The Cruncher doesn't get a go because they don't get their tips in early enough. Not in yet. But the top three by mean average error, which means the average amount that they get any given prediction wrong by. So when you see the spreadsheet for the week, it's going to be Wheelo, GR and Dropkick Data because they've got the best mean average errors. One thing in the analysis and coming in, this whole year has been a practice year, and if you've been following it at all, I don't know if you've been putting your own $10 bets out, but I know I've made something like $100 over the journey, and just with the $10 bets on every game. We started with $5 bets and we made some changes to how we were doing things along the way. Full analysis of this year. Next year should be even better. But anyway, so that's where we're getting our models from. And using our three models for that week, we put in their three predictions. And the latest thing that I've been using, let's bring it across now, is as well as the Wheelo prediction, the Dropkick Data prediction and the GR prediction, we've also got the average of those three. And just to get more bets than doesn't seem to have hurt us. In fact, last week we got 7 of 9, which is nice. We're putting in a bet whenever we get 3 of the 4 things on one side of the line. So in this case, the was minus 67.5 was the booking line. And we have Wheelo saying Essendon isn't going to lose by 68. The average says they're not going to lose by 68. Dropkick Data said they would. But and GR said they're not going to lose by 68. So 1, 2, 3 of the 4 say that Essendon are not going to lose by 68. We had a bet on Essendon. So it's especially good when we get 4 out of 4, which we would have done here, which is a good example because it's actually a loss. We got 7 right out of the 9. But Wheelo said 33, which is not enough. They had to win by 51. Average, not enough. Dropkick Data, not enough. GR, not enough. And then they went out and the Giants did win by enough. I was there to watch it. It was nice. Now, I've spoken with you Greenwood people who are watching. You'll know both of these. You'll know Eben Peart. It's given me the tip from, and he used to work in the betting companies over here, that you shouldn't use the cash out bizzo at all. And we would have been far better off if we'd just left the bets just to do their thing. But instead of losing 10, I could see how well the Giants were going. And I cashed it out. And so instead of losing 10, we lost $5.22. So cashing out is brilliant. Well, no, not really. Also chickened out at half time of Richmond St Kilda, and instead of winning the $9.10, because we would have done, because they did win the bet, we only won $1.83. So we should have lost 10 and won 9. We would have been down $1 between just from those two bets. But as it is, winning 2 and losing 5, we're down $3. So if I just not touched it, new toy, looking at cash out, yeah, no cashing out. But if you take the cashing out, slightly changed. I mean, we won $41, should have been a little bit more, doesn't matter. We got 7 out of 9 tips. So that's pretty good for the week just gone. And let us take a step into round 23, the second last round, the last round we're going to be covering. I've gone full colour scheme here to let you see the yellow ones are where the 4 numbers all agree with the bet. So that might mean something if you're looking at which bets to go with and which ones not, if you're touching them. But we've got North Melbourne and Richmond. The bookies are saying that North Melbourne need to win by 11. And the average, dropkick data, and GR all say that North Melbourne will not win by 11. So we've got $10 on Richmond at plus 10.5. Now, Essendon St Kilda. And you can see there is a difference between the 3 bookies here. We've gone for the biggest one. Bet365 is giving us plus 28.5. That's saying that Essendon won't lose by 29. Lose by 14, 17, 10 and 26. All 4 are in agreement. $10 on Essendon. We've got $10 on the Western Bulldogs to beat the West. And here's a big difference, because 79, 71, 71, 64. It's all a bit what's going to happen with West Coast. And West Coast gave such a good effort against Brisbane in Perth that it's almost what you'll call psychologically. Are they going to back it up again away from home and do the same to the Western Bulldogs in Melbourne? I didn't think so. So if we go for the Western Bulldogs to win by 71, we've got 71, 71, 79. We'll do that. We've got 10 on the Western Bulldogs. But if you pick a different bookie where they say the Bulldogs have to win by 75, you could have your money on West Coast. But, yeah, real 50-50 that one. Carlton and Port Adelaide. The bookies want Carlton to win by 13. 3 of the 4 say they will, and the other one says they'll fall short by half a point. So Carlton's a pretty solid one there. Close, though. Hawthorn and Melbourne. The bookies want Hawthorn to win by 22. Average, and the 3 models all say they're only going to win by, 13's the average. So money on Melbourne. Gold Coast and GWS. The bookies want Gold Coast to win by 13. 19, 21, 18, going against the poor old Giants. Everybody says that the Suns will beat them by 13 or more. $10 there. Sydney Geelong, in Sydney. Our money's on Sydney. We don't expect Sydney to win, no. But we don't expect Sydney, all but one, we don't expect Sydney to lose by 20 or more. So hopefully Sydney can earn us some dollars. Adelaide Collingwood. Bit of a cracker. Collingwood need to... Hey hun, without saying too much, I'm recording a video, so you're famous already. So you don't need to say a word. I'm assuming I'm just going to say drive carefully. Okay, bye, hun. Okie doke. We're up to Adelaide and Collingwood, big game. And the bookies want Adelaide to win by 17. And the three of our four numbers have got Adelaide winning, just not by 17. So we have money on Collingwood. Hey! And they do need to get their act together if they want to be a power. Freo and Brisbane. The line's close to 0. They want Freo to win by 4 points or more. 3 of the 4 say that we will. $10 on Freo. So that's the round in a nutshell that's coming. And just to give you a quick verbal, what we're going to do in the next school holidays to really, it's on the up, and with the different things of taking the even model, but not, I haven't gone back all the way with putting the average and saying 3 out of the 4 will do. We'll do that. But it looked like 74 bets, which is a fair number of bets for a pattern to come out, with 47 wins, which is 64%, which is, it should make you better money than putting your money in a bank. So money in the bank. But what we'll look at for full analysis of this year and for the model for next year is we're going to look at team consistency. Some teams play, they lose by the amount that's predicted and they win by the amount that's predicted. They are consistent in their form. Other teams are a bit more up and down. So I'm going to have a look at how we can measure team consistency, and that'll come into how much we trust bets. And we're also going to look at the distance of the average from the booking line. If we think the bookies are wrong by 10 points, then we're more confident than if we think the bookies are wrong by half a point or 1 point. I think. But those numbers are going to come out in the wash. So team consistency, distance of the average from the booking line, and then also we're going to take a look at whether we're betting on teams to win by enough or to not lose by too much. And we might put some divisions in there, see how that all goes. Because to win by enough, I think we'll do better and be more predictable than if you don't want them to lose by too much. You're also betting on the heads not dropping and the teams not playing to their the ability that they should have, which might also come in with team consistency. So, and I'm pretty confident that our model of 3 out of our best 4 numbers, but on our best numbers, we've been going by the mean average error. It's been being measured on the Squiggle webpage over all games. Maybe our best models will be different if we look at the average error. Instead, we look at it over our betting games so far. We don't actually care how good the models are on the games where we haven't had a bet. So that's going to be a good week of the next school holidays, and we'll get back to we're a club, but the interested parties with a look at Squiggle and the line for 2026. And we might do a little video next week just giving all the Squiggle predictions for who'll be in the grand final, how much they'll win, just all the up in the air stuff. So anyway, don't be afraid to Send me queries or comments or suggestions or any of the above. And at one point when I was doing the modelling, I mean, this year is the first year I've hand-passed the modelling to all those professional betting companies and uni math faculties. I was in the middle of the pack with my own math models, using theory and stuff and spreadsheets. But why use the middle of the pack when we can go out of our way to get the most accurate models at the minute, use some techniques, and if we can win bets at 64%, we'll all make a tidy little profit using this. So next week we'll get a look at the end of this season, and then after the next school holidays, I'll keep you all in the loop on 2026. So bye for now.